Happy Lent. Today we celebrate a feast day actually within the church. It's called the Chair of St. Peter. And I just like to be the first to say I love being Catholic. As Catholics, we celebrate the gift of great saints in the church and, very heroic ways in which they lived. We also celebrate inanimate objects. We celebrate the chair that St. Peter would use to rule from, right, where someone sits at the table or at a press conference, or the president himself, right, dictates. It reveals the authority and who they are, right, their importance in the crowd. And today we celebrate the chair that the Pope would rule from. There's a old TV show from the 1950s. It's called What's My Line? I don't know if you've ever seen it. And there's an action episode where Archbishop Fulton J. Sheen is the contestant on it. And so the show was there would be 3 or 4 people that were blindfolded, and the contestant would come out and just describe themselves, and the people were trying to guess who the guest was. And so Fulton Sheen comes out, he starts describing himself, and the people guess. I don't remember if they actually get it right or not, but nonetheless. There's a thing at the end that I don't know if most people would even notice this. So if a man came out and was the contestant, afterwards he would go over and greet the people who were guessing, and the gentleman would stand and shake the hand, and the lady would stay seated. And same thing for a lady. If a lady came out and was a contestant, the guys would stand for the lady, and the ladies who were on the board would stay seated. And the only time on the show where all of them stood was when the priest came over, when Archbishop Fulton Sheen came over. So when the priest came over, the people all left their chair. Right where we sit at, how we sit, it shows something, it reveals something. Where we sit at the dinner table, I do my best to be present at families' houses, and I always try to be cognizant of where everyone's seat might be, because whatever, I'll sit wherever. And sometimes they want me to sit at the head of the table, sometimes they want me in the middle of the table, sometimes next to the head of the table. Totally fine with all of it. Right where I sit at, is something sacred sometimes to me. I've been to plenty of rectories where you better not sit in the pastor's chair, because he's going to have some words for you if you do. Right? We celebrate inanimate objects. Where I get to sit, I make a big deal about it. Where my seat is makes a big deal. How am I reigning from that seat? Right? Hopefully the Pope is showing heroic witness of great faithfulness and willingness to suffer and endure with his authority, but serving his people with a servant's heart. Hopefully you and I are too. I think Fulton Sheen stood out, and this is part of where, I think it was for any priest who would have done that, but certainly for him, because he was on the front line of evangelization, he was on the front line of caring for people, he was on the front line, he was known for being very heroically virtuous. Should I be receiving the praises that I get? Right? Should I be receiving the authority that people have given to me? Right? Should people want to get out of their chair and greet me? I think Lent's a good time to grow in holiness in those ways, grow in intentionality in those ways. I hope you're having an awesome Lent so far this year.